Welcome to this Pharos Fundamentals video. In this video, we'll run through the practical steps of setting up an architectural DMX installation. Throughout this process, there are two limits to keep in mind. These are the physical limit of 32 devices on each DMX line, and the data limit of 512 channels on one DMX universe. Let's set up a new DMX installation. Firstly, establish what type of fixtures are being used in your installation and find out what modes the fixtures support. Choose a mode which suits your requirements, taking note of how many channels the mode requires and how the device contributes to the 32 device limit. Consider how many fixtures you need to control and assign addresses to fixtures, being careful to ensure you don't exceed 512 channels per universe and checking that no fixtures have overlapping addresses. We're starting with our uplights at address 1. The 4 uplights in our installation will always do the same thing, so we set them to share the same start address. The mode we've chosen for these fixtures has a footprint of 4 channels, so the next available start address is 5. Now we start assigning channels to our other fixtures. We'll assign the first to address 5, and because these floodlights have a footprint of 3 channels, we'll assign the next to address 8, then address 11, and so on. Once we've set aside addresses for our floodlights, we can assign addresses to our battens in the same way. Now define the system layout, remembering that each DMX line should have no more than 32 devices connected and shouldn't be any longer than 300 meters. If you need to connect more than 32 devices on the same universe, remember that adding splitters can help to create more lines where required. We're using a splitter to spread our fixtures over 3 lines. Don't forget to terminate each DMX line with an end resistor. Next, select a controller that's suitable for your project. Check how many universes it can control, the types of fixtures it supports, and if it has the programming features and functionality required to realize your vision. Your system's design and distribution requirements will also influence which controller is right for you. Some installations call for a multi-controller solution where several controllers are connected to form a distributed control system. Now it's time to install and commission the fixtures and controller. Each fixture needs to be set to the chosen mode and addressed correctly, according to the addresses we assigned earlier. The controller needs to be configured with the same information in the form of a patch. This lets it know what data the lights need to receive and where this data needs to be sent. Next, specify the installation's behavior by programming your controller. This might involve creating different scenes and specifying the times at which the different looks will change. Finally, upload your programming to the controller. Our finished installation is controlled using a Pharos controller. In total, this installation only requires 106 channels of DMX, so can easily fit in a single universe. Data from the controller is sent to a splitter which repeats the universe onto 3 new lines, one for the top floor, one for the first floor, and one for the ground floor and basement. The 4 uplights positioned on the main entrance share a start address, so they always mirror each other. All of the other fixtures are uniquely addressed, allowing complex dynamic lighting effects which encompass the entire facade. In this video, we covered the practical steps involved in setting up an architectural DMX installation. We explained the importance of understanding your fixtures and addressing them correctly, designing a suitable system layout, and selecting an appropriate controller, all while keeping the device limits and data limits of DMX installations in mind.